It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared. And sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Sweet. I like that picture with the ship. That's really nice. There you have it. So these are all main characters from the game there, you can see. Let's see if we remember. Beast, Ifan, Sabil, the Red Prince, and... I don't remember her name. We'll meet her in game though. I don't remember her name. Girl. I don't remember. Right. There's us. Medical cabinet.
So, it wasn't a dream after all.
He doesn't sound very dwarf, in my opinion, but that's okay. So, here we are. In the bellies of, you're actually on that ship that you saw on the intro screen. I'll give it away. This is your character. So you can turn the camera by holding down the middle mouse button. Rotate it around. Let's see, I believe you right click to go somewhere? No. Left click. Oh, look at his little feet waddle! Oh, nope, we're saving already. Game was saved. You can hear some lady talking to me in the background. And a neat feature in this game is you can hold Alt, and it'll bring up different things that you can interact with most of the time. There are some that won't show up, but you can see small tome down here, empty potion bottle down here. So there's a grinning skull here. It says, "Alas, poor soul, better that you weren't acquainted." It's for 0 coins apparently. Let's interact with it.
Not a very chatty fellow, are you?
He is dead, so I can understand why. Let's see, what does this do?
Oh, I don't even remember them strapping me down.
So we just got out of there. Let's check this. I'll be honest, I played through the intro part before and I never saw this. So wood chips. Beware of splinters. These small chips and scraps of wood are more pernicious. What? Than a something than a single log. Soften them up to avoid injury. Interesting. Sure, we'll take them. Now, see, you can see medical cabinet is right there, but if I hold Alt, it doesn't show up. So that's what I was talking about. Little image here. What is this called? This is from a book. I don't remember. Okay, so there's a lady up here, Magister C1. Let's go down here real quick. Let's see. Empty potion bottle. I believe the hand here that you can see right over bottle, you can see it here. That'll be red if it's stealing. I think it turns red. An empty vial waiting to hold whatever wild concoction you can brew. It's encumbrance 0.1. It's apparently worth 10 coins. Empty potion bottle. Let's take it. Got some other things here. Let's see. I don't know what this is. I just gathered up something. Let's see. I for inventory. So we've got a couple of items here. We've got a backpack, seemingly bottomless, excuse me, and you can put a bunch of items in here. I don't know exactly what I want to put in there, but we'll put it on our hotkey bar just in case we need to access it. A resurrection scroll, that could come in handy. Resurrect a dead ally to 20% of their vitality at a location within 13 meters. A scroll is a one-time use spell, used to start casting. Okay. We also have a minor healing potion. Heals 30 vitality. A potion that restores your vitality. It makes a soft tinkling sound when you shake it. Let's go ahead and put that. Oh, can I unlock the hotkey bar and then move this? I want to put it right down there. We have a water balloon. Creates a small water surface with a 3mm radius. Interesting. Okay, let's put that down here as well. And then my resurrection scroll, we'll move that down there. Perfect. Okay, and then let's look at our skills here. We have our basic attack. It takes 2 action points. You can see that with the green balls there. Attack with your currently equipped weapon. Then we have the, let's move some of these skills around. I want to put them in order here. We have armor, let's see, petrifying touch. Let's put the attack spells next. So we'll say, what is this? Petrifying touch. This is the one that turns the nearby target to stone. Okay. And then the rest of these are not actual attacking spells. So I've only got really 1 attack spell, which is petrifying touch. And then we have the armor spell, we have the healing spell, and then we have the raise the undead spell. What's it called? Raise bloated corpse. I like how the corpse is bloated. There's no unbloated corpses. So what does auto sort do? So this is how it thinks it should be set up. Sure, we'll go with what they say. So we picked up the empty potion bottle. We picked up a laboratory stuff, dusty and crusty lab equipment that has been used.
Indications of a struggle.
Dusty and crusty lab equipment that has been used recently. For what? You'd rather not think about it. Same thing in the wood chips that we picked up. Okay. We're currently wearing threadbare gown, which is chest armor level 1. Worn and torn, poorly darned. Poorly darned. This shirt has seen better days. We have a source collar, cannot be unequipped. Set source muted, unbreakable, level 1. The sturdy collar hums faintly with energy. Powerful magic swirls within. And we have threadbare pants. These shabby pants are standard issue for all sorcerers, quarantined by the Divine Order. From the rips and bloodstains on this pair, you can conclude that they are not your that you are not their first owner. I'm curious, can we? Okay, he's got underwear on. Don't worry, guys. Don't be scared. Let's go ahead and give him his dignity back, decency. All right. Combat abilities, civil abilities, talents, tags. Okay, we went through all that. Okay, perfect. Let's get back to it. There's a book here, small tome. Let's go ahead and check this out. Use to read. See if we right-click, we can read. Excuse me. Backage. Okay. We have too long presumed source as a virtuous part of civil society, yet we need look no further into the past than the Source King's reign to understand the havoc such magic may wreak. One day, another order must follow in the Source Hunter's footsteps. Sorcerers must be muted. The new model of source collars provided by Veredaman is proving most effective. Okay, so we are a sorcerer who has been muted and put on this ship for quarantine. Okay, that's what I've gathered up so far. Let's jump back into it. We have a candle, candle holder. Okay, we can just light it up. Okay, we've got some row of books. Nothing in there though. Looks like a head. Oh, we can grab these and what is that? A hand? Nothing else. Let's see what this is. Grotesque jar. Doesn't say anything about it though. Doesn't look like it's worth any money either. Okay, let's zoom out here real quick. Anything else? There's a barrel. 1 HP.
I'll need to ride to headquarters right away.
4 gold. Wars are won and lost by it. Bonds are formed and broken for it. Fancy gear is purchased by it. That last one sounds pretty tempting, doesn't it? It does. You are correct. Alright, and I believe that wraps up this room. Let's, actually, there was something else we got. Right as we started the game. Okay, K opens up my spell book. L? L. Okay, your journal. We got 4 journal entries when you first started the game. I don't know if you caught it there, but this opens up your journal, and you can see my story so far and the Merryweather. The Merryweather is the ship that we're on. I'll link that to you, but so the Magisters. Day 1, 10:55. Though he is a sorcerer and wears a source collar, Bishop Alexander continues to lead the Divine Order, as he is the son of Lucian, and it is widely assumed that he will succeed him as the next Divine. We don't have much background information on that quite yet, so we'll just take it as it is. Chapter 1, The Merryweather. Day 1, 10:55, same time. Lucian the Divine, champion of the 7 gods and savior of Revelon, is dead. He sacrificed himself to defeat the forces of the Void, leaving his son, Alexander, to preside over the next chapter of Rivellon's history. But Lucian's sacrifice did not buy peace. Instead, the years that followed were plagued by the menace of Voidwoken. These beasts were drawn to source magic and left dead and destruction in their wake. Incapable of wielding the divine powers that his father had at his disposal, Alexander has resorted to harsher measures in order to stop the Voidwoken. A great pogrom has commenced against sorcerers, those who show the most skill in the manipulation of source. Encouraged by his most trusted advisor, Dallas, Alexander has decreed that all sorcerers must be resettled in isolated colonies where they cannot...
My, these smelling salts are strong stuff.
Why are you smelling your own smelling salts? Alexander's decreed that all sorcerers must be resettled in isolated colonies where they cannot pose a threat to the rest of Rivellon. One such colony is the ancient island stronghold of Fort Joy. It is to this place that I, a captive sorcerer, am being sent. So we are heading to Fort Joy, which is an isolated colony where they are exiling or quarantining all of the sorcerers. Those who show the most skill and manipulation of source, okay? So the Merryweather, troubled waters. We are sorcerers being transported to the Divine Order's internment camp to the island fortress of Fort Joy. So that just tells us what we just learned. And the collar for Wrath. I am bound by a magical collar that cannot be removed. Okay.
No
Tutorials,
marks,
map.
no indications of
Okay.
a struggle.
Dialogues, nothing. And tutorials. We'll stick to not reading the tutorials. Those can get a little lengthy. All right, let's
You're up. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
Oh, here it is. So see, you can see the hand turn red. So it would be stealing to take this. I think shift. Yeah, shift puts you in sneak mode, and you can see what their vision looks like. So she can see this book pretty clearly wherever I would stand to try and take it. So I'm not gonna steal it. Let's talk.
There. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Rude.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs.
Okay.
You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Officers' quarters, other side of the deck. Got it. So here you can actually see that I chose Mystic and Noble as my tags. Well, here you can see what I was talking about, how it gives you options to use that in conversation. So this is how all the dialogue works. You'll have an option to choose what you want to say back. You pull at the thing around your neck futilely, or futilely, I don't know. Demand to know why she collared you. We have the noble option. Now that you're up, you'd like to bathe and dine. Tell her to ring for the servants. Mystic, say that you had a long, black dream about a ship sailing to the river of the dead, but you're not dead, are you? Or take your leave. I'm gonna go with the Mystic option. Let's see what she says.
No, you're alive, and you're having a conversation. You are on a ship, of course. But luckily for us both, we're merely sailing the plain old sea.
Okay.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
That's my scrutinizing gander. Was that any good?
Word. You do seem a bit befuddled, don't you?
I am befuddled.
Perhaps I was a bit
Right.
too generous with that sedative.
We're not generous enough.
Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy.
As my journal said.
A
Right.
new life awaits.
I knew that.
And if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well.
Aww.
An end to Source. For good.
You're gonna cure me of my source, okay? You pull out the thing around your neck, ask futilely to demand why she collared you. I will. We'll try it out. See what happens.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
You recall great powers building inside you, the ones you commanded before your capture. Unleash them. Or she might be playing a trick. Don't do it. Let's see what happens.
Currents of magic surge
Look
inside
and go.
you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
I like the narrator.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it, see? The collar's function. It neuters you, of sorts. Makes you unable to cast Source. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
Okay, you can take your leave. I want to show you one other aspect that this game has. You can trade with NPCs. I don't know why they would want to trade with me, but we're going to do it. So here, we actually got a new journal update. Okay. Journal updated the collar, so we got 2 journal updates there. Sweet. Okay. So, this is my inventory. This is theirs. I put my stuff in here. They put theirs in there, and we can trade. I'm going to sell off this book, because I already read it. This is that poem that we found. I don't believe I'm going to need these wood chips. Let's sell that as well. The grotesque jar. Let's see. Does this even sell for anything? It does. It sells for 1, 1, 1. Let's sell the other one. I'm going to sell her all the stuff that I just stole off her table. That makes perfect sense, right?
No indications of a struggle.
I just got all that from her table. Well, okay. This is stained pants. 1 physical armor plus 0.1 movement. This is better than what we had. Nothing special. Just the everyday... nothing special, just the everyday clothes of a regular citizen. It was 14, but because she likes us a little bit, I guess, so it's down to 13. I did steal 4 gold out of her barrel, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's trade for some better pants. And then you can see, so right now I'm trading her 10 gold worth of materials. She's trading me 13 worth, so I'm short 3 coins. You can just tap this little button, or wait, no, this one. Add gold to match balance offers. So here you can see I'm at 4 gold, and now I'm at 1 gold, and it throws in just to match it up 13, 13. We'll accept. There we go. We got rid of all the stuff that we just stole off her table, and we got some new pants. Let's go ahead and check them out. Here's my 1 gold. Switch this around. Stained pants. Let's go ahead and throw those on. So now we've got some actual little pants on, and we'll hang on to these.
Good gods. There's been a murder here.
Blood.
No lesions, no trauma. He was bled by magic.
Let's talk to these guys. Oh,
A young
clicking on stuff.
magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
That's it? Okay. What do you got to trade? I'm gonna trade you my pants. Oh, nice. They're worth 2 gold. Let's just take that 2 gold.
Yes, this is a rare kind of magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
Okay. Let's talk to you.
Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Oh. Avoid looking into the room. Between the lurching ship and the smell of blood, you feel a little sick. Peer into the room and ask what happened, or take a leave. I'm gonna peer into the room. Seeing as though I'm a necromancer, I feel like blood shouldn't bug me.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them.
I'll need to write
Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it.
Guessing she's water.
Always does.
Always does. Always does. Ask if you could lend a hand in the investigation. Ask if he knew the dead man. Pause. Always does? Ask if this sort of thing happens often. That's what I was just thinking.
You surprised? You're one of them. You know what sorcerers are capable of? Whoever did this found a way around their collar and killed a man.
So they used source magic to kill this guy?
Small ones this time, thank the gods. We'll find out who did it, one way or another.
Okay. So he's done talking to me. I'm gonna go ahead and trade with him. Does he have anything I really want? Sheets of paper, bottle of beer, bottle of wine, cheese, shell.
Who?
No, I could sell this balloon. It's worth 4, but I'll hang on to it just in case. So, I'm good. End. So let's go ahead and head on into this room and see what's going on. So there's the bloody mess. You can see accessing it would be stealing. Around the room there's a chair. You can sit in the chair. Yeah, good old comfy chair. Now I'm holding Alt, so you can see there's a poetry book over here. Used to read. Let's go ahead and snag up that book. I like the way he walks. There's the broken source collar amulet laying on the ground there.
Did the murderer take him into this
Unbreakable,
room?
level 1.
Was he
In its
already
inactive state,
here?
the collar appears to be nothing more than a common metal. It can no longer hinder source. So someone broke their collar or broke his collar? I'm not sure. Let's talk to Magister Waters.
Ugly sight, isn't it?
Are you talking about me? That's rude.
Burns me up this happened under our protection.
Oh, like murder,
We're
right.
extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Voidwoken. So, a little background story, just since I kind of know what's going on. The Voidwoken are monsters that are drawn to source magic. So that's why they're quarantining all the sorcerers away from society and muting them because they don't want any source magic because it calls the monsters, and so they're trying to put an X to that. Inform her that she wasn't this man's protector, she was his captor. Ask why she's letting you so close to the crime scene. For all she knows, you could be the killer. This man already said that I was locked up during the murder, so couldn't have been me. So let's inform her that she was wasn't this man's protector, she was his captor. Yeah.
Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two
Isn't this
things
his Finn?
scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
Mirthless.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir.
I was out like a light. I had a rough night the night before, Whew.
You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship.
What can I say?
Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Murder in my sleep. Shrug and say, maybe you can. You are a sorcerer after all. Tell her that is a trick you haven't quite mastered. Ask if she's investigating her fellow magisters as well. One of them could have easily done this. I'm gonna say that that's not a trick I've mastered yet.
I thought as much.
Yeah, I'm level
Listen.
1. Alright, sorry about that. We are back. Had a phone call at 2 a.m. It happens. So she said, listen, I could use somebody to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they climb up in front of a uniform.
Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
1 gold coin? Oh my! Nod and say, you'll let her know if you hear anything interesting. Say that you're no snitch. Laugh. She really thinks that you'd help a magister, someone who's keeping you under lock and key. Tell her your price is considerably higher than that, or take your leave. Let's laugh. I'm not gonna help out a magister, someone who's keeping me under lock and key.
Think about it. It's one of you who got killed, not one of us. We want to find who did it and bring them to justice.
That's a fair point. I'll give her that.
Who's your real enemy here? You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous.
So again, we can't end. I'm gonna jump into the trade screen here real quick. We have this book. I didn't read it yet, so we can't sell it. I have 3 gold coins. I'm not gonna be able to buy much. We have some nails, fly, agaric mushroom, cheese, apple. Okay, well, I can't really do anything. And then let's read this book so we can't sell it. Read. A woman
no
from.
lesions, no trauma. He was bled by magic.
Okay. A woman from Driftwood with nary care offered me kisses that answered my prayer. I accepted her gift, and then to my dismay, a spider she was, and I ate her buffet. Once feasting was over, she licked her red lips. I rose from the floor, still coming to grips. She thanked me for coming and bade her farewell. My prayer indeed answered, though still I did swell. What? Nice. Alright. Churl and Chuff. The poems in this book would make even the lustiest of dwarves blush. Touche. Okay. This is the broken source amulet. That's the thing. Okay. I'm not gonna steal from it. So we'll bug it.
No
Bugger
known
it.
associates.
Look, there's
In
blood
fact, you
footprints.
seem
Did you see
quite
that?
averse to
I stepped in
spending
the
time with
oh, it went away. I stepped in the blood and puddle, some left blood footprints. Alright, let's go in here. We got stairs leading up here. There's a barrel. Nothing in it. Let's turn this around. So right now, see, I'm holding down the Alt key to illuminate nearby things. You can see, like, oh, is there anything to... nothing's working, actually. Maybe it's because I'm too far away from that. Well, anyways, holding down the Alt key, but you can see there are things to investigate. So, there's some rope here on the wall. Gonna snag that. A barrel. Nothing in there. Another barrel. Nothing in there. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's keep going. We'll take these stairs in a bit. Oh, there, you can see it. Yeah. Alright, let's check out this door.